Have you ever seen a massive ship sailing across the ocean? They are truly incredible sights, like giant metal islands moving through the water. But have you ever wondered what it's like inside one of these huge vessels? A big ship is much more than just a boat. It's like a small, floating city. Just like any city, it needs a lot of different people doing many different jobs to keep everything running properly. From the person steering the ship to the person cooking the meals, everyone has a vital role. It's a busy place, full of dedicated professionals who work day and night to transport goods all over the world. Imagine a city without roads, just endless blue water in every direction. That's what life on a ship is like. This floating city has its own power station, its own restaurant, and its own team of experts to make sure it stays on course and avoids any danger. The crew members are the citizens of this city, and they live and work together for months at a time. They come from all corners of the globe, bringing their unique skills to the team. Their shared mission is to complete the voyage safely, making sure the ship and its precious cargo reach their destination without any problems. It's a massive adventure, but also a massive responsibility. To keep this floating city organized, the jobs on board are split into different groups, or what we call departments. Think of them like different neighborhoods in our city. The three main departments are the deck department, the engine department, and the catering department. Each department has a leader and a team of skilled workers who handle specific tasks. One team looks after steering and navigating, another keeps the powerful engines running, and another makes sure everyone has good food to eat. It's a brilliant system that ensures every single job gets done correctly and efficiently, no matter what challenges the ocean throws at them. Living on a ship is a unique experience that requires a special kind of person. You have to be hardworking, a great team player, and ready for an adventure far from home. The crew becomes a second family, relying on each other for safety, support, and friendship during long voyages. They share meals, celebrate birthdays, and face storms together. This sense of community is what makes a ship more than just a workplace. It turns it into a home on the waves. Every person, from the captain to the cook, is a crucial part of this amazing floating world, working in harmony to cross the vast oceans. Let's explore our first neighborhood, the deck department. This is the team responsible for navigating the ship, which means they are the ones who steer it and make sure it's going in the right direction. They are the eyes and ears of the vessel, always watching the sea and the weather. The leader of the whole ship, the captain, is in charge of this department and everyone on board. The captain makes all the big decisions, like which route to take and how to handle a storm. It's a huge responsibility, and they need years of experience to do their job. The safety of the crew, the ship, and the cargo rests on the captain's shoulders. Just below the captain is the chief mate, who is like the second in command. The chief mate is responsible for the cargo, making sure it's loaded and unloaded safely and securely. They also manage the other deck crew and make sure all the safety equipment, like lifeboats and fire hoses, is in perfect working order. The chief mate often takes charge of a navigation watch, standing on the bridge, the ship's control center, to guide the vessel. They are the captain's right-hand person, ready to take over if needed, and ensuring the day-to-day operations on deck run smoothly and without a hitch. Next in line are the second mate and third mate. These officers are also expert navigators. They work in shifts, called watches, so that someone is always on the bridge, 24 hours a day. Their main job is to plot the ship's course on nautical charts and use high-tech equipment like GPS and radar to keep the ship on that path. They constantly check the ship's position, watch out for other vessels, and monitor the weather. They are like the ship's dedicated drivers, making sure it stays safely on its invisible highway across the sea. It requires incredible focus and attention to detail. Finally, we have the deck crew, which includes the bosun and the able seaman. The bosun is the experienced leader of the unlicensed deckhands, organizing their daily work. The able seamen carry out all the hands-on tasks. They are the ones you see painting the ship to protect it from salty water, cleaning the decks, and handling the thick ropes when the ship is docking or leaving the port. They also act as lookouts, keeping a sharp eye on the horizon for any potential dangers. Their hard work keeps the ship in top physical condition and is essential for its safe operation. Now, let's go deep inside the ship to the engine department. This is the heart of our floating city, where massive engines create the power to move the vessel through the water. It's hot, noisy, and full of complex machinery. The boss down here is the chief engineer. This person is a master of mechanics and is responsible for everything that runs on power, from the main engines to the lights in the cabins. The chief engineer manages the engine room team and makes sure all the machinery is maintained perfectly, because if the engines stop, the ship stops. It's a critical, high-pressure job. Working closely with the chief engineer are the second, third, and fourth engineers. Just like the deck officers, these engineers work in watches to ensure someone is always monitoring the machinery. They check gauges, listen for strange noises, and perform regular maintenance to prevent breakdowns. They are like doctors for the ship's engines, keeping them healthy and running at full strength. They look after the generators that provide electricity, the systems that create fresh water, and the pumps that keep everything flowing. Without their expertise, our floating city would quickly grind to a halt and go dark. Of course, a city needs more than just power. It needs food. That's where the catering department comes in. This team works in the galley, which is the ship's kitchen, to make sure the entire crew gets delicious and nutritious meals every day. The head of this department is the chief cook. The chief cook plans the menus for the whole voyage, orders all the food supplies before the ship leaves port, and manages the kitchen staff. They have to be very clever with their planning, because once the ship is at sea, there are no supermarkets to pop to if they run out of something. Helping the chief cook is the steward, or messman. This person's job is to keep all the living areas clean and tidy. They serve the meals in the mess hall, which is the ship's dining room, and they make sure the cabins and common rooms are comfortable for the crew. They are the ones who help make the ship feel like a home away from home. On some bigger ships, especially cruise ships, this department is much larger, with many chefs and waiters. But on every merchant ship, the catering crew plays a vital role in keeping everyone happy, healthy, and well-fed for the long journey. While most ships have the three main departments we've talked about, some vessels have crew members with very specialized jobs. For example, on a cruise ship, you'll find a massive team of people dedicated to passengers, including entertainers, shopkeepers, and tour guides. On a scientific research vessel, you'll find scientists on board, conducting experiments and studying the ocean. Some ships that work with oil rigs might have specialist divers or crane operators. These roles are not needed on every single ship, but for their specific missions, they are absolutely essential for success. No matter what their job title is, every single person on a ship has to work together as one big team. The deck officers on the bridge need to communicate clearly with the engineers in the engine room. For instance, if the captain wants to slow down, they send a signal to the engine room, and the engineers adjust the engine speed. The catering crew needs to know the watch schedules so they can have hot meals ready for crew members finishing their shifts, whether it's midday or the middle of the night. This constant communication and cooperation are what make everything run like a well-oiled machine. Safety is the #1 priority on any ship, and teamwork is the key to staying safe. Every crew member is trained in emergency procedures, like how to fight a fire or abandon the ship. They practice these drills together regularly, so if a real emergency happens, everyone knows exactly what to do and how to help each other. The bosun makes sure the lifeboats are ready, the chief mate checks the fire extinguishers, and the captain coordinates the entire response. It is this shared responsibility that protects everyone on board and ensures they can handle any challenge the ocean presents. So the next time you see a giant ship, remember that it's not just an empty steel shell. It's a bustling, floating city filled with a skilled and dedicated crew. From the captain navigating through a storm to the engineers keeping the lights on and the cook preparing a warm meal, each person's job is connected to everyone else's. They are a family at sea, working in perfect harmony to guide their incredible vessel across the world's oceans. It's this amazing teamwork that makes every voyage possible and brings the goods we use every day safely to our shores.